top of page 98, Hammerman. "Sing me a song, little Willie," he gasped. "Sing me a natural song for my hammers to sing along with." Little Willie sang, and John Henry kept his hammers going in time. Hour after hour he kept driving, sweat sliding from his forehead and chest. The sun rolled past noon and towards the west. "How are you feeling, John Henry?" little Willie asked. "I ain't tired yet," said John Henry, and stood back, gasping, while Willie put on a freshly sharpened drill into the rock wall. "Only I have a kind of roaring in my ears." "That's only the steam engine," little Willie said, but he wet his lips again. "You're gaining on it, John Henry. I reckon you're at least 2 inches ahead." John Henry coughed and slung his hammer back. "I'll beat it by a mile before the sun sets." At the end of another hour, little Willie called out, and his eyes sparkling, "You're going to win, John Henry, if you can keep on driving." John Henry ground his teeth together and tried not to hear the roar in his ears or the racing thunder of his heart. "I'll go until I drop," he gasped. "I'm a steel driving man, and I'm bound to win, because a machine ain't nothing but a machine." The sun slid lower. The shadows of the crowd grew long and purple. "John Henry can't keep it up," someone said. "The machine can't keep it up," another said. Polly Ann twisted her hands together and waited for Captain Tommy to fire the gun to mark the end of the contest. "Who's winning?" a voice cried. "Wait and see," another voice cried. There was only 10 minutes left. "How you feeling, John Henry?" little Willie whispered, sweat dripping down his own face. John Henry didn't answer. He just kept slamming his hammer against the drill, his mouth open. Little Willie tried to go on singing. "Flash that hammer! Wham that drill! He croaked. Out beside the railroad tracks, Polly beat her hands together in time until they were numb. The sun flared in an instant and died behind the mountain. Captain Tommy's gun cracked. The judges ran forward to measure the depth of the holes drilled by the steam engine and by John Henry. At last the judges came walking back and said something to Captain Tommy before they turned to announce their findings to the crowd. Captain Tommy walked over to John Henry, who stood leaning against the face of the mountain. "John Henry," he said, "you beat that steam engine by 4 feet." He held out his hand and smiled. John Henry heard a distant cheering. He held his own hand out, and then he staggered. He fell and lay on his back, staring up at the mountain and the sky, and then he saw Polly Ann and little Willie lean over him. "Oh, how do you feel, John Henry?" Polly Ann asked. "I feel a bit tuckered out," said John Henry. "Do you want me to sing to you?" little Willie asked. "I got a song in my own heart, thank you, little Willie," John Henry said. He raised up his elbow and looked at all the people and the last sunset light gleaming like the edge of a golden trumpet. "I was a steel driving man," he said, and lay back and closed his eyes forever. Down south and in the north too, people still talk about John Henry and how he beat the steam engine at the Big Bend Tunnel. They say if John Henry were alive today, he could be almost every other kind of machine too. Maybe so. At least John Henry would die trying.